There are advanced English idioms and words that will help you reach a C1 English or C2 English level on the topic of holidays. So, learn the words in this video if you wish to improve English speaking skills further. Let's start with a short passage with two gaps. Now, the same word fills both of the gaps. What is it? Let's read together. I'm in the something spirit. I'm getting away from it all tomorrow. I'm going to hit the road and head to a beach where I can catch some rays. I'll be in something mode soon. Which word fills both gaps? It is, of course, holiday. I'm in the holiday spirit. I'll be in holiday mode soon. And these are two advanced English expressions that you can use. But there are other idioms in this passage as well. Did you spot them? Here they are. I'm getting away from it all. I'm going to hit the road where I can catch some rays. So here are 5 holiday idioms that you can use in your speaking, and let me explain what they mean. So if you are in holiday mode, it means you're thinking about your holiday, not normal things. And you might say this: let's get in holiday mode. We're leaving tomorrow. Holiday spirit is very similar. If you're in holiday spirit, then you're thinking about your holiday and you're forgetting about your usual work. And you could say, we're in the holiday spirit. We aren't worrying about anything. Well, unless you're worrying about the holiday. But you're not worrying about normal things like work or school or cleaning your house. You're in holiday spirit. When you get away from it all, it means you're leaving normal life behind. This lady says, to get away from it all, I go on a foreign holiday. So often this means travelling a far distance from where you live. It doesn't just mean leaving where you live, it means leaving all of your responsibilities and your cares behind. So you can get away from it all just by travelling a short distance. But the important thing is that you change out of the normal things you do normally, some stressful, difficult things, and instead you go to something different where you don't think about those things. If you hit the road, it means you get in a car and drive a long way. Let's hit the road at 6 a.m. so we can get there early. Have you ever done that? Have you ever left early for a long trip so you can arrive before everyone else does? If you say hit the road, it means you've got a real purpose about getting in your car to go on this long journey. And if you catch some rays, it means sunbathe. This man says, I'm going to the beach to catch some rays. You lie in the sun and you let the sun hit your body, and that's catching some rays. So those are some holiday idioms, and here are some more. This passage contains more holiday idioms. What are they? Again, let's read together, and then I'll show you what the idioms are. I'm going on a holiday out of season this year. I don't know where I'll stay. I'm going to live out of a suitcase. But I'd like to go off the beaten track and get snowed in. Now, there are 4 idioms in this passage. Did you spot them all? Here they are. Out of season, live out of a suitcase, off the beaten track, and snowed in. What do these mean? Well, if you travel somewhere out of season, it means not in the usual season. So if you go to a beach when it's cold, then you're traveling out of season because people normally go to the beach when it's hot. Have a look at the picture here. The beach with snow It doesn't normally happen. This is out of season. So you could say this: I'm going to the beach out of season. I love it there when it's cold. If you're going off the beaten track, it means going to a place that's difficult to get to. This campsite here is off the beaten track. You have to drive along a dirt track to get there. So imagine you're driving along a normal main road and your campsite is somewhere in a field and you have to leave the main road and drive along a track that's dirty and rocky for a few minutes. It's not the normal way to go. It's difficult to get there. It's off the beaten track. If you live out of a suitcase, it doesn't mean that you live in a suitcase. It means that you travel from place to place and you don't stay anywhere very long. So really, you have a suitcase with your things in and you keep taking your suitcase to the next place, unpack your suitcase, and then very quickly you get your suitcase again and you go to the next place. You might say this: I'm living out of a suitcase this week. I'll be staying in a different hotel every night. Now, has this one ever happened to you? Have you ever been snowed in? This is when you can't leave because of snow. Look at this car in the picture. It's not going anywhere. The person who owns this car is snowed in. And they'll have to phone their workplace and say this: I can't get to work. I'm snowed in. So this happens a lot in winter in cold countries. If you're from a hot country near the equator, you'll have to go on holiday to a cold place to experience this: snowed in. And before we finish, let's cover a few more advanced English words that are to do with holidays. Cabin, divert, itinerary, trekking, trail, travel light, and self-catering. In this task, you need to match these C1 or C2 holiday words to the meanings in the box below. So look at the table under the word meaning. There are 7 meanings and they match the words at the top. And your task is to put the words into the right place on the table so the correct word is on the same line as the meaning. Now, let me give you a little bit more help here. Here are some pictures that can give you some clues to what the words mean. The picture closest to the word is the picture that represents that word. Take 30 seconds, but if you need longer, pause the video. Remember to click pause if you need more time. Okay, the first word, walking, means trekking. So trekking is walking but a long way, often into hills and mountains, not just walking along the road. So trekking is walking but a long way in difficult places. Path goes with trail. Now again, a trail is a path or a route that you take, again, through difficult areas. You might go through mountains and hills and fields again. It's not a path along a road. It's a path that goes along into difficult places. When you take few things with you, you travel light. Hence the empty suitcase. So if you're going away for 3 days and you take just one change of clothes, that's traveling light. But if you take lots of books and computers and lots of clothes with you, that's not traveling light. Now, if you go on holiday, but you do the cooking, you are self-catering. we generally speak of two types of holidays. In one type of holiday, you go somewhere like a hotel, they cook for you. But in another type of holiday, you go somewhere, but you still have to do the cooking. You still have to make your own food, self-catering. A small wood building, normally in a wood area, in a foresty area, this is called a cabin. Normally it's a small place, it's not a big building, a cabin. If you have your destination changed at the last minute, maybe because it's snowing in the airport you're trying to get to, then your plane might be diverted. So when you're diverted, it means your destination is changed. You end up going to a different place to the one you were supposed to because of some problem that's outside of your control. And that means there's one left. Plan for holiday, itinerary. This is like a calendar or a list of all the things you're going to do during your holiday. And notice people normally say this quite quickly, although dictionaries will say it's itinerary. In real life, people normally, to save time, drop one of the sounds and make it itinerary. So you won't hear that double r-y at the end. So there are some important advanced English words for holidays. I hope that's been useful for you. Get practicing using those words to improve English speaking skills.